Hi everybody, this is Queen Bee coming at you, and here are my tools today. I've got my flesh cutters, my round nose nylon jaw pliers, flat nylon jaw pliers, and of course my chain nose pliers. I'll move those out the way. Alright. I'm going to be using my 20 gauge copper and my 26 gauge copper. And I'm going to be using a very cool labradorite cabochon, which you will see momentito. Here it is. It's a diamond shape, almost like a kite shape. Very cool. And it's a really pretty blue, like you can see there. Very nice. And the size is listed right here. It's 17 by 48 by 7, or 40 1/4 carats. It's very nice. And those measurements are pretty accurate. So, I'm going to grab my copper and I'm going to cut 2 lengths of about a foot long. I'm going to do something similar to the shoelace wrap. Whoops, I dropped something under there. My cutters, I guess. Yeah, there they are. I'm going to do something similar to that shoelace wrap that I did a video or two ago. Just because this is such an odd shape with, you know, the obtuse and acute angles. So it's going to be interesting to try and get this all to work. Anyhow, I am starting my weave here. Don't worry, you'll get to see it in a sec. There it is. It's 2 wraps around both wires and then 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Once I get a few more reps done, you'll see with a greater ease what I'm doing. It's a really nice weave. It offers a nice visual texture while being very sturdy. And sturdy is the name of the game. Name that game. So, I hope you all are doing well. I've been extremely busy this past week, so that's why I'm a little tiny bit behind in my video editing work. Here we go. You can probably more easily see the wraps around the top and the bottom and around both. There we go. So I've done quite a bit of wrapping and you can see the pattern much better now. So now I'm going to start figuring out how to wrap this, and ultimately what I'm going to do is very similar to the wrap I did on that long teardrop, that solar quartz teardrop, except it's because I wrapped one continuous weave, it's going to be a little bit different to get it to sit the way I wanted it to sit. So I'm just wrapping it, kind of crisscrossing in the front, and then I'm gonna start wrapping around the back like this, and then I'm going to start wrapping a big exaggerated kind of bail wrap around the top point there of the stone. kind of cool because the entire process really didn't take all that long, which is nice. Especially if you're trying to sell your work, you want it to be as quick as you can so that you can, make the most profit. So when you only have to wrap one weave, it's kind of handy. Alright, so I wrap both of those around like so. And I'm left with 4 ends at the top, which I will use for my bail. But first I'm kind of straightening things out and pushing things around and trying to kind of settle the stone into place and make sure nothing is amiss. I come by this really honestly. I was just at my dad's place on the weekend, and there's the wrap, as you can see. It's really cool. I like it. Anyway, I was just at my dad's place, and he was telling us all about some projects he's got going on at his house, and it's so funny because he's like, well, that's not very strong. It's only going to hold 200 pounds and things like that. And I'm like, I think it can handle hanging a picture. It's so funny. He's so into the classic overbuilding thing. And I guess that's where I get it from. I'm always paranoid that if something's going to go wrong, it will. So that's why I'm fussing around a bunch and sort of getting my pliers in there and pinching as best I can without ruining the design. I've got another kite shaped piece of labradorite on the way. It's in the mail. It should be here soon. And it's equally spectacular, if not more than this one. It's because it's purple labradorite, so it's like, wow, it's so cool. And I've got plans for that one, so I can't wait for it to get here. Anyhow, I know it seems like I'm fussing around quite a bit here, but it's just because I want the wire to lay flat and, support the shape, and the crisscross there at the front has to be right, or it could let the stone out because of those angles there on the sides. They're not very sharp, so if it's gonna let go, it'll be there. So that's why I'm kind of making sure everything is correct. I'm just pushing down on the bail on that wrap there so that I can feel more confident that it's not going to just uncoil and come loose. Not that anybody who wears it is going to do that, but you just never know. So to wrap the bail, I'm just wrapping twice around the 2 ends that are closest to each other, and then I'm going to swing over to the other 2 ends and wrap twice on those, and just back and forth like that. It sort of matches the weave on the rest of the wires, but it's much quicker, and just much quicker and simpler, and so I'm going to do that for as long as I see fit. And then I wish I could remember how many repetitions it was. I don't know. I never count, so I don't know. And then I will take my my bail making mandrel and I will wrap it around that, and you've seen this before. You've made bails before. If you haven't, then, that's okay. You'll see me make this one. But I'm assuming most of you have made bails before. So I hope you all are having a good day. Oh, there's my weave. There you go. You can see the wrap there. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. and having a great sort of springy summer. Unless you're in the other hemisphere, then you'll be having like winter time, I guess, right now. I don't like to be ethnocentric. So, anyway. It's sort of threatening to be summer here. It's gonna start to be summer pretty soon. But we've had a really bad year for weather. And I hope that you are having lots of fun with wire and beads and cabochons and bead embroidery and anything and everything that you do. I find this so soothing when the world is, getting a little bit gnarly and not very much fun. It's so nice to just settle down inside with, a stone that I like and some copper and just see what I can do. And it usually is very soothing, very relaxing work. So it looks like I'm thinking about ending this bale pretty quick here. And just to finish it, I just take the weaving wire and I wrap it around a few times and just pinch it so that the end isn't sticking out. And I'm pinching the bottom there because it's got that little end that I started with. Okay, so I'm going to wrap around a few times here. I think I guess I'm doing a couple more wraps here before I finish. It was already kind of a tall stone, so I didn't really want to have an extra tall bale on it. I mean, I guess you could, but I didn't think so this time. Okay, so I'm wrapping around all 4 lengths here, and I'm going to trim it and pinch that weaving wire around so that it's not going to rub against people's skin. And then you'll see the bale making or jump ring mandrel, whatever it is. I use it for bale more than... There it is. I'm going to use the smallest size on it. There we go. It's great for making jump rings on it, but it's also really good for this purpose as well. But if you don't have one of those, don't worry about it. Just use a marker or something that is the right size that you want. A pen, a pencil, a marker. Those are kind of the best tools for that, the cheater tools. So I'm just taking the copper and kind of putting it underneath the wrap at the back to get it as smooth as I can. But as you'll see, I don't manage to get all 4 of them underneath, and that's fine. Don't worry about that. I'm working to get these 2 underneath, but the other 2 are just, the back is just too tight. I've done too good of a job at tightening everything, so I can't get the other 2 under there. This one I do, see, and I'll pull, but then the other ones are just like not worth the hassle, man. That's a constant question I ask myself. Is it worth it? Or is it like not going to add anything at all? Or if it does add anything, is it going to be anything substantial? And if it is not, then don't worry about it. If it is, then you got to be stubborn and persist. But in this case, it wasn't worth it. And what I'm going to do is take these lengths down to that straight bit of wire at the bottom there. where my fingers are. That bit right there that you see, the woven bit. And I'm going to trim some of the length off because they're kind of long right now. We don't need great big long ridiculous things. And I'm going to curl this wire around that woven wire there. And that will be how the bale is nice and secured. And it also provides some structure at the back and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And while I'm doing that, because you know how to do this, I will just say that I hope you all are doing great, as I said earlier, but also I really hope that you are following me on Twitter and Facebook and on Instagram. I will post all of those links and handles and all that stuff down below in the description. And also I really look forward to your comments. I'm getting new subscribers every day to my channel, which is very flattering and so fantastic. And I really hope that if you're new here, you will subscribe as well and click on the bell icon so you get notified of new uploads. And you don't have to come searching. Nobody wants to go searching. Because I do like to try and make 3 videos like this a week. Sometimes the videos are long and sometimes they're short, and I try and vary things, you know? This video is not terribly long, but it didn't have to be so. You know, why make it long if it doesn't have to be? So I'm just cutting these other 2 lengths so that they're the same, and I will curl those around as well. And then we will be good to go. There we go. Just make sure that you, when you do this, to conceal those ends because they are sharp. That would be very sad if people were getting cut by wearing your pendant. That would be a shame. There we go. And now it is ready. If you want to patina the copper, you can with liver of sulfur or whatever you want to use. I'm not sure if I'm going to let it age just naturally, natural oxidation, or if I'm going to hard boil an egg and do it that way. I've been meaning to do that with a bunch of jewelry just to see how that works. I've seen other videos where they do it, but yeah, I want to try it for myself. So I'm really almost done here noodling around. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I know it was kind of a quick one, but sometimes quick is good. So here's the pendant. Anyway, if you are on the fence, please do think about subscribing and supporting on Patreon. That's always so welcome. You'll get a shout out and everything. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.